Hi Cancers, it's Nick. I hope you guys are doing good. Happy first week of March. This is going to be your weekly reading for the first week of March, but it can go a little bit before or a little bit after, but whenever you watch this is when you're meant to watch it. You can check for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. And we're going to talk a little bit of health, finances, and of course love. I hope you'll find this helpful. The link to the extended reading will be below in the description box. If you find that's resonating, dive in deeper afterwards. You can check that out below. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Nicloves with 2 eyes. All right, so let's just get right into it. I hope the gardeners don't make too much noise. I think they just got here. So I'm so sorry if you do hear something in the background and it bothers you. I apologize. Okay, so Cancers, I feel like for this week, your main message is to keep going, keep the endurance, stay strong. Whatever you're working on, or if there's something you're like, oh, I don't want to keep doing this, I'm tired. Your angels, your guides, this universe are kind of encouraging you to don't stop, keep pushing. Even when times get rough, even when you're tired, exhausted, you gotta keep going, keep swimming, okay? So don't stop, keep going this week. And I'm seeing that the number 43, if not also the number 7, may be an important number for you guys this week, okay? And I think you're really being asked to really push through any difficulties, any challenges that may come up for you, instead of just kind of like taking the easy way out or ignoring it and like, oh, I'll do it later. It's better you just face it right head on, like right then and there, than save it for another time, okay? When it comes to your health, I feel like you run the risk of a little bit of overindulgence this week, maybe stress eating or drinking stuff that you probably shouldn't just because you're like in a rush or in a hurry, or you're just stressed about something, or being just kind of like getting a lot of cravings for junk food or cravings for foods that maybe you shouldn't, you're trying not to eat. I feel like you're gonna have a lot of different options, like maybe at work they're gonna treat you guys and bring food for all the employees, or you have friends or family kind of inviting you out. Maybe you have some parties or birthday celebrations to go to, or there just may be a lot of temptation, like a lot of good foods, pop-ups, or people inviting you, do you want to try this, you want to do this, I made this, you want to try this, you're like, it's hard to say no, right? Like if someone, it's like, I just made cookies, you're like, you're not gonna say no, I don't want them, right? It's like, you can't just not eat it. So I just feel like there's gonna be a lot of different options, but you may be overdoing it this week or overindulging a little bit too much, which I'm not like, oh my gosh, don't do that, but just be careful you have a good balance, okay? And if you are eating, junky things, make sure you're balancing out by drinking a lot of water, hot teas, stuff like that, just so it can flow and doesn't stay stuck in your body, okay? All right, and then when it comes to your finances and work and career, again, I feel like there's a lot going on. You may be really busy this week. You may have a lot of a busy schedule. Well, yeah, tight, busy, same thing. A busy schedule, a lot of hours or a lot of projects to be working on, business meetings, Zoom calls, emails to attend to, just a lot of things piling up, stacking up, where you just feel like you got a lot of responsibilities to get done this week, a lot of errands or just home stuff, family things, and you may feel a little bit tired, a little bit drained, overburdened. So try to do whatever you can, but don't push yourself so much to the point where you're like you can't manage, right? So get as much as you can done, but try to like organize your time in a way so you don't burn out at the same time. So that's what I'm saying. Take care of your health, because if you're physically drained, you're not going to be able to perform well at work too, right? And so it kind of lowers your creativity level. You're not able to put your best foot forward. So just try to manage your time well this week, okay? Because I feel like there's going to be a lot of things going on. You're going to be kind of busy. Even if you don't think you're going to be busy, you might end up being busier than you thought. Okay, all right. Or like, there could be a lot of coworkers or people who call off and then you're asked to step in and like take over, like, it could be stuff like that too. So when it comes to your love relationships and dating, Cancers, I'm clearly seeing that you feel like you're putting more effort than this person. And it seems like they're putting little to zero effort in. And it's like you're giving them the benefit of the doubt, but it's starting to make you feel some type of way. You're like, like, okay, I'll go out of my way. I'll be the first one to text, or I'll say good morning, or I'll say good night. Like, I think you're putting your pride and ego aside and just be like, okay, screw it. I'll just say hi first, or I'll just text them. I'll just call them. And you're just trying it out just to put yourself out there. But I think over time, when you don't get reciprocation, or you see that it's only you doing everything, or only you reaching out, and maybe they're not really asking questions about you or interested in what you're doing, you're like, okay, well, like, I feel like I'm doing all the right things, but they're not really doing as much back. And I think you start to get in your head, you may start to get in your feelings like, is there something wrong with me, or am I doing too much, or am I acting too needy, too clingy? I don't know. And I honestly don't feel like that's the case. I don't think you're being too much, and I don't think you're doing more than you should. You're doing a good amount, but I feel like the problem is, like, this person is not even giving you half of what you are looking for, half of what you deserve. And that's a problem. That's problematic. When you're giving and the other person's like literally not even like saying thank you, or even saying much in return, or continuing the conversation. You know what I mean? It's like having like a short little exchange, and then it just ends. You're like, okay, well, what do I do now? Do I initiate again? It seems like this person on the outside seems really happy, or they seem like, everything's going good, but on the inside, they're going through a lot of frustrations right now. And I don't think it's personal, so try not to take it personal, because it's not like you, it's not that you're doing anything wrong, it's something within them. But because they're acting this way, it makes you feel that you're inadequate, or that you're not worthy of them, or you're not good enough. But please don't think that, Cancer. Please, please, please. And I say that because there's so many of us who have been through the same situation, even me, myself included. Just because you're seeing me through the screen and I'm on YouTube doesn't mean like I don't have feelings and I don't go through real life crap like all of you guys, because I do, trust me. And it always helps me remain human and humble, because I'm able to relate to you guys. I've been through probably a lot of similar things that you guys have been through, and you have no idea, because it does help me have that level of understanding and sympathy towards you guys as well. And it kind of helps me with the readings as well as I go through my own experiences. But with this person, I feel like you could be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, maybe also earth or fire sign. But I think just the way they're acting is kind of cold, or kind of distant, or just not as warm and loving. And so that makes you feel like you have to put in more, like, oh, like they're being kind of weird, like maybe I have to be sweeter, maybe. And it pushes you to do more than you need to, like when you're with the right person, you shouldn't have to go above and beyond. It should be like an equal 50-50 give and take. But with you, I feel in the situation, you made the first move, or you text them, or you called them, and you're like, okay, like I'll be the first. It's okay, I don't mind. And maybe you're usually not the first one to reach out, but you're like, it's okay, I'll reach out and I'll say hi, or give them a compliment, and then you continue on. You're like, okay, like, all right, like I'm not gonna be pushy. And then you start to have more feelings for them, and you're like, okay, you get your hopes up, when you start to like someone, you get your hopes up, and it seems like you were already kind of have feelings for this person, or you have a big crush on them, or you feel like you've already invested your emotions into this person, and so you're kind of sensitive to it. And it's like, you probably don't care what other people think about you, right? But when it's someone you like, you care a lot about how they see you, how they think about you. And when someone you like a lot is not giving you the attention or reciprocating in a little bit at least, it makes you feel bad about yourself, right? And so I feel like this person's not really putting any time, energy, effort into you. Maybe they're using the excuse of being busy with work, which, yeah, could be true, but I feel like everyone uses that excuse when they're not interested, or when they're trying to like keep a distance with someone. Trust me, because someone who really likes you is going to make time for you, some way, shape, or form. And they could also have insecurities or anxieties over money, possibly. Maybe their finances are not doing good. Maybe they're having a hard time at work, but that's still not an excuse. And I feel like it's like the more that you try to be sweet and nice and reach out to them, the more that they resist. So the more that they pull back. So it's almost like no point in you trying to chase them or reach out to them, because they're just gonna resist more. And you're warm and loving and caring, but this person's like really cold and detached, or at least acting in that way. And it leaves you kind of confused. You're like, what? Like, I'm giving you my heart and being sweet and you're just acting like this? Like, what the heck? It throws you off. And this person, I just feel like, is really in their head right now, really acting cold and distant, and is kind of not on the same page as you at the moment. It doesn't mean they can't be or that they haven't been in the past, but this time right now, it just feels like you guys are not on the same page, and they're not as emotionally open as you would want them to be. Does that make sense? So we're going to continue this conversation in the extended reading below. We'll see where their energy's at. What are they thinking? How are they feeling about you in their heart and soul? What their next action move will be towards you. What they don't want you to know that you probably should know, and also your advice at the end, okay? Because I feel like there's more here, and I don't think it's fair for you to be investing so much and putting your feelings and emotions when the other person is like literally giving you crumbs and not doing anything. It's just not fair for you. So let's see what's going on, get to the bottom of this, and if they have actually true, genuine intentions and feelings towards you. Maybe they're just going through something. We'll get some like clarifications, okay? All right, so Cancers, I hope you enjoyed this or found this helpful in some way, shape, or form. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll see you in the extended. Bye.